Greetings, citizens of Gotham. My name is Graham Elwood, and you are watching the Political Vigilante from El Salvador. We're in San Salvador, which is the capital city, and I'm with Mario. You've grown up here your whole life.
Uh, half of
Half
my
of your
half,
life?
yeah. The other half I used to live in Memphis, Tennessee.
Oh,
So yeah,
so you're one of the many El Salvadorians that your family left because of what, the Civil War and the violence, and then you came back? Or,
yeah. My dad lived through part of the Civil War, and he saw a lot of atrocities. But he migrated to the U.S. to try to have a better life for himself and us,
Mhm.
our family. So yeah.
So in the last, since Bukele's been president, I've talked to like Westerners that have moved here, and they say it's great what he's done. Tell us what it's like as somebody that's lived here.
For
What it's like before and after.
Well, just a few years ago, it used to be very dangerous. You couldn't go to different parts of different towns because it was controlled by gang members. But now that he has basically cleaned out the streets of gangs, people feel more free to go outside and just enjoy being outside because they used to be worried about not getting home safe. They used to worry about not being able to go at night or visit their family members in another town because you couldn't visit a town that was controlled by the opposite gang because if you did, they would probably threaten you or just kill you just because you go to a different town that's controlled by the different gang. But now people can visit their family members that live in different towns and not have to worry about getting back alive. And people feel more free to go outside at night. Stores close later at night, and people go to the parks at night, and that's very new.
That's so before. So this happened March of 2000, 2022, right? That he arrested everybody on the same day. So before March, people wouldn't go to the park.
That's right. That's right. Just a few weeks after that, people started to see that uh, the gang members wouldn't be around anymore. So they were starting to realize maybe I can go out at night and visit my family members in another town. So the change was very quickly. Just a few years ago, it was very different.
And then, I mean, what was it like? Just because I've heard you and I heard Sandy Waves, that's my tour guide, tell me about every day leaving the house was you didn't know if you were going to be.
Right. When I was studying in the university here, on my way to San Salvador, because I study here in San Salvador, uh, the transport that I was in, I used to pick up a girl, a student, in one of those towns that's on the way to San Salvador, and she got in the microbus that they call here, really hesitated and like crying and very anxious, trembling because she just experienced uh, someone trying to kidnap her, right? Before stepping into the transport,
Mhm.
going to classes. And that was an experience that Salvadorans used to see a lot, even in public transport. It was really common for people to get their cell phones stolen, their wallet stolen. It was very common, but now people don't experience that anymore.
So, are you, or in conversations you've had with other El Salvadorians, it seems like everybody likes Bukele.
Yeah, yes, that's true. The majority of people, the people that you hear negative comments from is usually people that were connected to the other parties that are not Nuevas Ideas from Bukele. But everyone really is satisfied with Bukele's policy, and they want this uh, change to continue.
And how do you see him making Bitcoin the national currency? How have you seen that change your country? Because that's only been less than 2 years.
When it comes to Bitcoin, I think the most impact that it has had in El Salvador is more tourism in El Salvador.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of people in the Bitcoin community that want to come here and see how things are in El Salvador because where they're from, things are going the opposite direction. And yeah, I feel like having Bitcoin as legal tender, at least it has brought more interest from the international community and more tourism and more investments. People in the Bitcoin community want to invest in El Salvador because they see a better future, especially because of the adoption of Bitcoin as a legal currency.
Have you seen any El Salvadorians uh, start to use Bitcoin, and how has that? You've seen anybody their life has improved because of Bitcoin?
Um, I would say in the touristic places,
Mm-hmm.
you can see more businesses opening up, having more demand for their services
Mm.
because of Bitcoin. But in in the cities, I see more adoption when it comes to the Chivo wallet. That seems to be the easiest wallet for them to understand because different wallets, then you have to know what is the Lightning network,
Uh-huh.
the difference between the transactions of the Lightning and the on-chain transactions. It's hard for people to understand that, especially older people. So I see more entrepreneurs accepting money transfers uh, with the Chivo
Uh-huh.
wallet, and you can easily buy something with Bitcoin, and they would automatically have it in dollars. And that's one of the main concerns that Salvadoran people have here, the volatility of Bitcoin. They want something stable so they can
Mm-hmm.
pay their uh, their employees.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And so, as you look at how your country has changed in such a short amount of time, are you worried that it could go back to the old way, or if you feel like it's too late? Or I mean, how do you see?
In the near future, I see El Salvador continue to change in the correct direction because I feel like Bukele has overwhelming support from the people, and I think he's going to continue making El Salvador a better place for not just for foreigners and coming in, but also for Salvadoran people. For example, just recently he started advancing on the project on the National Hospital in San Salvador.
Mm,
So I I see things going evolving in the best way for everyone here in El Salvador.
yeah, yeah. I heard he's announced the new hospital, and then there's the Bitcoin mining project. Um, that seems exciting. So, do you own Bitcoin?
Yes, I've been trying to save some Bitcoin whenever I can, and just I'm planning on having it for years, so I'm not gonna spend too much Bitcoin for now.
Nice, nice. Well, I appreciate you taking your time, man, and thank you for telling my audience what it's like here. I wanted to talk to somebody who lives here, so and I'm glad to see that this country is getting better and doing. It's really cool to see.
Yeah, it is. I just hope that more tourists come and more investment from outside come, so that it helps out the country just continue to change for the better.
Yeah, I saw in downtown there's a new library being built through the Chinese government.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
America's sanctioning and bombing the world. China's building libraries. Huh? Look at that. So,
Yeah.
all right. Anything else you want to say, my friend?
No, I'm good.
Okay, cool. All right. Thanks for watching, everybody. Support the show. Go to grahamelwood.com. Sign up for the newsletter. Because here's the great thing about a newsletter. I'll just send you like one a month. You can follow me on social media, and I appreciate that, but I've been throttled, and I mean, social media can just, some billionaire, some CIA algorithm can make it so you can't get my stuff. So that's why I sign up for the newsletter and Shave Your Knuckles for Justice. Boom.